Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Virtual Encounters. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. Well, last time around we had Avni Lekhra's coach with us, and this time also we have a very special guest with us. We have Tokyo Paralympics bronze medalist Sharad Kumar with us, and not only the medal that will inspire you, the story behind how he got into para sports, and a day before the event, what all he had to deal with. Well, we have Sharad Kumar with us. Welcome, Sharad Kumar. Welcome to DD India. First of all, congratulations on winning the bronze medal in Tokyo Paralympics 2020. First of all, how big is this win for you?
As I already have expressed that bronze is the new gold, especially with the things that I've been going through, the 5 years of struggle that has been is not a piece of cake for me, at least. Uh, I'm in Paralympics from 2008 and now it's 2021. It's been a long 13 years. Everybody was sure that I'm supposed to be the one who's supposed to win medals in every Paralympic Games. But I
Mm,
let everybody down due to some reason or the other. But 2021 was supposed to be the best for me, irrespective to the medal color. I think it is still satisfactory because a night before, like everybody knows, I was quite injured. I even had a meniscus tear, and
mm,
yet I competed and I won a bronze. So that is a big thing. And also 5 years of struggle in Ukraine all by myself, staying there, training there alone in such harsh conditions, the weather being very cold, the language barrier being very strong, and just monotonous training was quite difficult and a deadly stunt.
mm. But Sharad, you got an amazing and arousing welcome also at the airport. Did you expect this?
Well, this is something new that has been happening to parasports, especially after the Prime Minister has taken the lead to bring up parasports into the mainstream media. Uh, of course, initially this wasn't happening, but now
Mm,
every athlete have performed well also because of the motivational aspect from the government, the support they're getting now, the felicitations they're getting or the send off they're getting, and the calls from the Prime Minister when they are winning medals. All these things have been a source of encouragement for us, and I think things are changing for us. I have seen para grow from 2008 to 2021, and it's different. It's huge. The graph
mm,
could just be like a skyscraper coming from nothing.
yeah. But Sharad, everyone wants to know that story. I mean, you have told us in brief, but we want to know in detail the night before the event. Were you on the verge of pulling off too?
Yes, the thing was like, it's so amazing. The sports is like, 2 nights before the event, I was sure that I'm going to win the gold medal, break the record, and everything. And the
Okay.
night before, I would go for a warm up session, and
Mm.
I burst my meniscus to grade one
Oh.
tear. And in that, I literally had to run back to my room and say, Coach, I think it's done. I
Mm.
can't even walk. My knee started locking on its own. And it was a bad night. The pain was heavy. And also, there was a COVID scare in our floor saying that one of
Oh.
the athletes have been tested positive and we might not be allowed to participate tomorrow in the event.
Oh.
So that kept us awake the whole night.
Mm.
But in this, I was full on crying. I went on crying. I called up my parents. I was like, Mom, Dad, Bhaiya, sister, listen, I think I'll pull it off. I can't do it because my leg is just giving it can't. It just is not helping me. It's not supporting it. It's not
Mm.
even listening to me.
Mm.
So I think I'll pull it off. Uh, Luckily, I always carry a Bhagavad Gita with me. A friend of mine, she gave
Great.
it to me. So I carry it all the places. And that's when my father told that, you know what, you carry it all the time. And I've told you not to read it because it's something which might do in the later age. But
Mm.
now it's just that you just read it. So prior to that, that night I read it. And of course, that highlighted a lot of things. It made me realize that I am chasing the wrong thing. I was chasing the end result throughout, and the end
Mm.
result is not the goal. The goal is
Mm.
to just perform your duty and your task, which is
Mm.
your sports, which is athletics, high jump. Just go and do that and let the people see what you have in you. Don't worry about the end result. And then that's when I was realizing, like, you know what, I'll take part. Let's see what happens. And when I entered the stadium, the positivity in that stadium is tremendous. I can realize what other athletes are feeling. It is full with positive energy.
Okay.
Went in. I told God, thank you very much, Bhagwan Ki. You've given me this part of life that I can perform in such a big event, and people are
Mm.
watching. T63 is the highlighted event of
Yeah.
Paralympic Games, high jump.
Yeah.
I went in, I was like, I have to take six jump. I
Hmm.
got myself to anesthetic mode, went off for six jumps. When I knew I was stuck in the middle, I told, okay, now I'm done. Please, please, this is all I needed. Thank you for God for allowing me to perform here. And I can't even say, like, more, my coach, he knows the truth. He's like, nobody realized what you've gone through, but this is
Yeah.
good for us. And I thank you.
So you took pressure off you by
Yeah,
reading that, and
yeah,
also you need to thank your friend. Did you thank your friend who
of
gave you
course.
Bhagavad Gita?
Yeah, of course, of course. I did that.
Right. And Sharad, also talking about that event day, rain also you think played a spoil spot, and it in fact makes the medal, your bronze medal, all the more special.
Yeah, I think, see, if you look at the disability that the American guy had, he was wearing a blade. And
Okay.
uh, and the thing is, like, they get the good momentum when they're running. They have
Yeah.
spike in both the legs.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
me and Mariappan, we didn't have spike in both the legs. The thing is, like,
Uh,
I use a running spike, and my side. This is when you realize that there was a problem with the infrastructure in the stadium too, because see
mm.
what happens is, like, there was water logging in the
Mm.
runway. Usually, a stadium is not supposed to have water logging, and like the water is supposed to ease out, wash out due to a certain slanting
Mm.
slopes, but it didn't happen there. And
Mm.
my runway had more water logging, and if I don't have a heel spike, I would have slid in and maybe I would have got injured. So I had to manage my takeoff pretty well. So
Oh.
I could not stretch my leg thoroughly. I had to bend it in such a position that my leg was landing before my body. It is a
Mm.
physical physics. It's basically physics. I had to
Yeah.
utilize that part. And yes, the rain sport did a spoil spot. We were all willing to do such an amazing jump, all of us.
Mm.
But that's how it went.
But
I think
winning a
none of
medal,
the
yeah, but winning a medal in those circumstances must have given you a lot of satisfaction and confidence too, I'm sure.
Uh, I think the medal is just given me one that it released my stress, because now I can
Uh,
say that I have all the checklist of all the medals with me. I have the bronze in the Paralympics, I have silver in the World Championship, I
yeah.
have gold in the Asian Games.
Asian, yeah.
So, so the thing is, like, I can go into other events.
And also, Sharad, tell us about the support of the government too. We all know that para athletes need more money, and to include para athletes in Target Olympic Podium scheme, you think it was a big step by the government?
Oh yes, that is what I'm trying to say, that the central
Hmm.
government has
Hmm.
stepped in so amazingly that it is leading to say that it's an inclusive society, that
Yeah.
we are all equal. We
Yeah.
will treat you equally. We will provide you the funds what you really need, and we will not discriminate you on any basis.
Hmm.
Whatever need, we will come to you as we come for the Olympians.
Yeah.
So they have led the momentum. That's what is the main thing, that our government has acknowledged this before anybody else.
Hmm.
Even the private people, even the local people, or even anybody. See,
Hmm.
usually what happens is the other private people come and support. It is mass funding and all that to
Yeah.
make the athlete, and then the government recognizes this. But
Hmm.
here it is an opposite case. It is like the government has recognized you first, and then it is making the others realize that these people are doing such a fine job. You
Yeah.
guys got to be there. And
Hmm.
look at me, for example. I'm like in under tops from 2015.
Yeah.
I know I would never be able to do this stunt if there was no tops. No chance that I
Hmm.
would be able to be training in Ukraine for the next last 5 years. Even imagine, the pandemic happened. The government did not lose faith in the athlete. They said, listen, the game might happen or not happen. You carry on your training. You stay healthy.
Wow.
You stay
Hmm.
fit. You have to lead this system, like saying that how things are supposed to be fit. Then
Hmm.
the initiative started by the sports minister there to keep everybody fit at home, irrespective to the lockdown. So
Yeah.
it was such an amazing thing that things were happening. And, like, see, I don't know about others, but for sure I can give the best examples and the best way sports, how tops has worked for me.
Hmm.
Tops was basically target Olympic podium scheme. Yeah, so 4 years
Yeah.
it has put me in that bracket, and it has actually helped me finish the podium. That's what it
Yeah.
has done.
That's a big statement that you've made. But now you think private people will also show more interest in Olympic, or I should say Paralympic sports?
Of course, yes. I think now we, with the medal haul we have come up,
Yeah.
I think we are quite a nice message we've sent to the people. And now I
Yeah.
think some of us are quite presentable in front of the camera, where the advertisement people were a little hesitant before. I think look at anybody now, the para athlete, like look at Sumit, the javelin thrower. His prosthetics makes him look even more cooler than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, so look at what do you say, Avni's wheelchair, the pink
Yeah.
wheelchair. Look at it, adds as a dress to her whole personality.
True.
So you see, these people can be now marketed. So
Yeah.
I think people will come ahead.
Mm.
Initially, things will, yes, I agree. Like sometimes the deformity looked very absurd or bizarre to people on the television, but
Mm.
now it is becoming a cool statement.
But also, Sharad, Prime Minister Narendra Modi speaking personally to the athletes before the event and after the event also. He had a special event also when he called all of you, all the medalists, and also everyone who took part, and great felicitation also in India after the event. So it gives more motivation to you, and coming straight from the Prime Minister, it's very, very encouraging.
Oh yes, I'm someone who's met the prime minister like the fourth time now, and I love to see one thing whenever I go to the meetings. I love to see the reaction of the younger ones when they're meeting for the first time. That's
Mm.
one thing I always try and notice. So what I do is I sit behind, I try put forward the new ones so that I can see the reaction in them, and I tell them after that that you know what, if you didn't win a medal, this meeting is supposed to boost you so badly that next
Yeah.
medal is surely coming for you.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and see, like the prime minister has understood. I think he's always a sports enthusiast. I don't know. I just feel it. Like
Mm.
he loves sports people, and every time his office is just so reachable. Like
Yeah.
any of the athletes can just communicate there, and they'll get a response from the PMO very fast.
Mm.
And like most of the athletes when I was talking to this time, they were saying that we are winning medal not for anything. I know that the world is going to be so different to us irrespective to whatever we win or not.
Mm.
I'm so glad that the prime minister is going to acknowledge it, so we are going to win it for him.
Yeah.
That's what
Mm.
most of them are thinking. And
Mm.
after the first medal, which was the table tennis one,
Yeah, Bhavina. Yeah. Mm.
when she got the call from the prime minister, it played such an echo in the team that actually everybody was like, you know what, I'm going to do something and I'm going to get a call.
Yeah.
And Sir lived up to the expectation. He
Yeah.
called all the athletes who won the
Mm.
medal, even
Mm.
me. So I can say you that, and most of the people are saying, oh, it's automated call and this is a no, it is not. You
Yeah,
can
it's
ask the
live.
minister
Yeah.
any question and he answers
Yeah.
everything what
Yeah.
it is. So
Mm.
please, like that's what I want to say. And
Mm.
that is it's like an adrenaline rush to most of the athletes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So yeah, and these were the places where we are happy. And see, people might say that we are trying to bring in athletics or disability and all together inclusive
Mm.
society.
Mm.
There is a difference, there will be a difference, there will be discrimination, but I'm glad the top leader doesn't feel that.
Mm.
He has given us the right space, the environment to be treated right.
Yeah. But Sharad, what did BM tell you at the felicitation when he called all of you at the event? And also the sports minister, what did he say?
The sports minister believes that I'm quite a motivational speaker, though.
Okay.
He says that you got done a fine job with the athletes, and we've been seeing your video circulating how you like amazingly articulated how TOPS has helped you. I said, sir,
Yeah.
listen, I would like to say you that if it was just out of to praise people, then it would
Mm.
be very evident. But you see how naturally it was done.
Yeah.
So he's
Mm.
like, yeah, I agree that you have said those things which were supposed to be highlighted. So that was
Mm.
from the sports minister,
Mm.
and the honorable prime minister said, "Hi, Sharad," and the main thing he said, "If Sharad is happy, everybody's happy." And he's been quite humorous to us, most of the athletes, and especially those who he keeps meeting. And the amazing fact is that he just doesn't know our name. He knows our family. He asks about a
Yeah.
parent, about a brother, or a
Yeah.
sibling. So this is the touch which he's added to it. He's
Yeah.
added, like We are there, we are seeing you, we are acknowledging you as a main person and also as a family.
Hmm.
And
True.
country does this, no country has ever. Even I spoke, that's what I told, that got viral. That was the part where
Hmm.
the US athlete, I was teasing him. I was like, hey, you got a gold medal, did you speak to your president? Did the president call you? I was like, why? I said, you got gold medalist. He's like, no. I said, this is a video. I showed him the video. He's like, my prime minister called me up yesterday and congratulated me. He's like, wow, this is bigger than any medal, man.
Yeah,
For
seriously.
sure, this is. And this is
Hmm.
a culture which the honorable prime minister is setting for the system.
Yeah, true. True that. And also, Sharad, we had won only 4 medals in 2016 in Rio Paralympics. We had sent a contingent of 19, and now we have won same set of medals, that is 19. Uh, what do you think it will change? More and more para athletes will come forward and participate. They'll believe in themselves, and also in society too. You think the perception will change, and also, I mean, you all will be looked with the same respect.
See, in 2016, we got four. That was in
Yeah,
athletics.
yeah,
We got seven. That is in athletics. So there's an
yeah,
increased double figures.
yeah,
Now we got so much. 19 is because there were new sports added, like
yeah,
badminton was recently added.
yeah.
So I think the more participants we have, the more chances we will get,
Hmm.
and the more medals will come. So I
Hmm.
think these medals are actually going to be playing an awareness facts. It's going to say to the other athletes, other Paralympic people, other people who are physically challenged,
Yeah.
the other 15% which is not being
Hmm.
aware of the fact, they are
Hmm.
going to come ahead. They are going to
Hmm.
participate in different fields and different games and different sport. So that is going to add to the medal tally for sure. And
Hmm.
coming coming to the fact that we are going to change the people's mindset about disability, I wouldn't try to say that it is going to happen,
Okay.
because no, it is not. Because we as a athlete, we as a Paralympians ourselves, I think we have not been able to accept this. I see some of our athletes, they wear a prosthetic hand
Hmm.
and they don't have a hand. What does
Hmm.
that signify? It does signify that you've not accepted that
Hmm.
you're a Paralympian or you're physically challenged. You're trying to hide a disability. Most of them click pictures that they're hiding their hands. So till the
Hmm.
time we ourselves don't accept it, like
Yeah.
for me, for example, I don't wear shorts when I'm in India, but I wear a shorts when I'm in the Paralympic village.
But why is
It's
that so?
because that's what I'm saying. We have not been able to accept it. We feel that it's a taboo. The crowd, the society looks into it like, oh, this is an ugly leg, I'm limping. What the people will say, who can I
Hmm.
get married to a beautiful girl? Are they going to appreciate me? So, but in the Paralympic village, I don't feel that. I go on because everybody is like me. So there is
Hmm.
no worry to that, though somebody's going to judge me in any manner. So yeah, this is one thing. First, we have to accept ourselves first.
Hmm.
It's just a simple example, a thought that comes in my mind every time. As a Paralympian, am
Hmm.
I willing to marry a person who's physically challenged?
Hmm.
Is this a question? If I can do that, then I won't want the society to do something.
Hmm.
But I'm only in a state where I'm like, you know what? I might doubt. I would want to look for a able woman. Oh, I want everything to be good for her. Like that's how it is.
Yeah, very nicely explained by you, Sharad. But if I go a little bit back, how was your school life and then college, and then you studied in Ukraine also? Uh, how was your life and right from your school days, childhood days, and what all struggles you had to face, and how difficult was the childhood?
See, I would say my childhood was very difficult, not for me, for my parents, because I was so small that they had to carry me everywhere around. I did not feel anything. I was at
But
such
when
a
you were in when you were in school or college,
yeah. So when I
right?
was in school,
Hmm.
I was put into a good school institution. It was in Darjeeling, St. Paul's. I never realized that I was different. Nobody discriminated me any backgrounds. I was asked to play every sport, which was
Okay.
compulsory, irrespective.
Okay.
I was asked to study properly. If
Hmm.
I was not taking part in any of the
Hmm.
events, then
Hmm.
I was called up by the headmasters and told that you have to take part. It is the culture. You do irrespective to it, anything. So I had to play cricket, football, table tennis, everything.
Hmm.
And in boarding school, the only thing that matters is what good are you.
Yeah.
if you do something good, you're recognized by everybody. If you don't do anything good, nobody recognizes you.
True.
And that was one part of the schooling. Then I came to Delhi
Hmm.
for my plus two in modern school. Modern school is very, very outreaching in sports. Like
Hmm. Yeah.
they have great cricketers coming from them, and
True.
like they are very outreaching. And
Hmm.
they tried to help me too. They brought me to right stages. They took me
Hmm.
to good competitions, and that's how when coming to Delhi, I was aware about Paralympics. That's when I got to know about Paralympics,
Okay.
and that's the time I got into it. That's when
Who
2008.
motivated you? Who all deserve the credit for you getting into the
No,
para sports?
yeah, there was a teacher in Darjeeling. His name was Mr. Dennis.
Okay.
And so he was the one who informed me about Paralympics. But
Okay.
what about high jump? How it started for me was my brother was a high jumper himself. So he was a
Okay.
district champion in school,
Hmm.
and he used to do high jump every day. And I was like, he used to go home with certificates, and I used to do nothing. I used to basically be that guy when the guys used to be doing high jump to pick up the rod and put it back there. It used to fall off. I used to put it back there. So that was me. So I used to keep observing, keep observing. And one
Hmm.
time when these guys were going for lunch, there was nobody there, and the
Hmm.
bar was put at a good height. I jumped on
Hmm.
it and I crossed that height. And then
Okay.
I told my brother, I think by fluke I just crossed it. My brother did not believe it. Like, yeah, I did. And then he told, okay, there's a competition, like house competition in 7 days. You can go for that. I went for that. I
Hmm.
won that too. And then I went for the other competition. So that was a basic start. And that's when I broke all my brother's record. And then I came to Delhi for my graduation in Kirodingal College, BA Political
Hmm.
Science Honors.
Hmm.
KMC has been very cooperative with me that
Okay.
time in sports because they told that you do your sports, you go outside, you train and all, we will give you a leave. And that's
Okay.
what Mr. Bhimsen Singh was there, that in the
Yeah.
prime the principal. Um, he gave me all his support, not monetarily, of course, but a support for an athlete is like, you're allowed to train. So that's how when I
Yeah.
was allowed to go to
That is
Bangalore, I
also a big support, no?
big support, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
There's
Sharad, just two more questions before we leave it there. What have you thought about your future? I mean, you want to get into coaching also? I mean, you want to, that's how you want to give back to the sport, or you still want to compete at the highest level, at least for a few more years?
uh, I think Paris 2024 is very close. We're
Hmm.
almost there.
Yeah.
I would want to participate there
Okay.
and do a pressure-free game. Like now enjoy like last 3 years of my life in sports. I want to go easy on it, casual, and just perform. Love
Hmm.
this sport. But
Hmm.
after that, I'll tell you the way SAI is growing, Sports Authority of India is growing, and the perspective is increasing for sports in India. It's booming.
Hmm.
I think it needs people like us to be there.
Okay.
It literally needs people who are from good educational backgrounds, who have good sports talent, and who have nurtured themselves not just in 2 weeks or 2 months, 2 years, but for me,
Years.
sports has been 17 years. When I was
Yeah.
12 years and now I'm 29, it's 17 years I'm just doing high jump and nothing else.
Wow.
So it is a clear concept. So this thing has to
Hmm.
be passed on. High
Hmm.
performance is something which I'm looking at, maybe studying a high performance course,
Hmm.
and then looking into, yeah, of course, if I can give my contribution there. And people say that sports का career बहुत छोटा होता है, and no, sports का career coaching भी होता है, sports का
Yeah.
career administration भी होता है,
Yeah.
बहुत सारी चीजें, there are a lot of things that can be added there.
Yeah.
So I think I
Hmm.
would like to continue there and see, what, God has been kind, the government has been kind, everybody's been quite supportive. I
Yeah.
think I will find my right place.
You're such an inspiration, Sharad. Wish you more and more medals in future, and more than anything else, uh, you are such a good person, such a positive personality by heart, and such a matured head. Also, you're very positive. Wish you all the best for your future endeavors. And you were superb in your interview. You gave such wonderful answers and beautifully articulated. Thank you, Sharad. Thank you so much for giving us your precious time.
Thank you very much for having me here once again.